he would just lie on the floor and allow you to work over him.
And he will give you what you want. If you ask, you will receive.
Your first year in marriage can be a smooth ride.
If you seek,
with these tips.
you will find.
Hi guys.
Hi.
This is a Perfect Match Forever TV. Thank you for joining us. My name is Amaka.
My name is Kachi.
And we are the Perfect Match. We want to do something very interesting today. Say something we think would be useful to as many that will be getting married this year. Shout out to Ogamas, shout out to Chioma, shout out to Adara, shout out to Peter. Who else is getting married this year?
Paul and Barnabas.
Simeone.
That was a joke.
We are also calling you out.
Simeone, yeah.
Yes, so we're wishing you happy married life in advance. This video is dedicated to you. We want to help as many as we can to survive their first year of marriage. These tips will help you as they've helped us. We believe that they will help you because first year of marriage, beans is a lot of work. So we hope that this video will bless you. You'll be talking to the guys while I'll be talking to the ladies. Okay, ladies, I've got your back.
Interesting intro. Clap for yourself.
Thank you. Okay.
All right, maybe I should go first, right?
You have to go first.
So we're talking about marriage, first year in marriage. First thing I would want to mention is that as a guy, getting into marriage is something you need to do with an open mind. So my tip number one will be coming with an open mind. Do it like you're starting on a fresh slate. It doesn't matter how long you've known your wife or your spouse. You might have dated for 10 years, even 15 years or 3 years or 1 month. It doesn't matter how long it has been. It's important that you come in with an open mind. You might feel you know her so well. You might feel you understand her moves and everything. But I tell you the truth, once marriage starts, it's a different ball game altogether. Why? Because except you have intentions to divorce, except you're just trying out marriage, but if you're really coming in with an intention to stay in it and grow old together forever, then you must understand that you have to come in with a fresh mind and on a clean slate. Start learning her afresh. Because a lot of things are going to come up. You can never know a woman except when you take her into your house and start living with her. It's a different thing when she's she's a girlfriend and when she's your wife. Yeah. So you must come in with that open mind and get ready
without expectations actually.
Get ready to take in anything because women are difficult to understand.
Wait, I think you need to be careful when you're giving your point. Do not sound like you're attacking women or attacking
No,
me.
I'm not.
Say women.
I'm not. See, it's a reality. It's actually a reality. You can't understand them from afar like that. Especially when it has to do with marriage relationship. Forget it. You think you know her, you don't know her until you marry her. That's what I would say.
Okay, and then the first thing I would say to the ladies is communication. Express yourself. Communication is a two-way thing. There is a listening part and there is a talking part. So try to, we ladies now, we know how to talk, we know how to express ourselves. We have to say it as it is, but sometimes you really have to put some skills, some work, some effort in your communication. Do not just talk, also try to listen to him. Sometimes men don't really talk much. They expect you to know what they are thinking. So you need to sit down and really say, what is this guy saying that I'm not sure about? And also when you're expressing yourself, do not just say it bluntly. Speak modestly, speak like a woman, speak like a lady. Don't just be harsh, don't shout at him. Communication is very important because that's one of the things that would help you in your marriage. Most people who do not enjoy their marriage because they do not enjoy communication. They don't have conversations, they don't express themselves, they don't listen. So try to practice active listening and express yourself in the manner that you would also want others to express with you. All right, thank you.
Yeah, nice. Communication. Nice, true. The next thing I would like to talk about is, there's a kind of mindset you come into your marriage that can spoil a lot of things for you. You need to drop your family standards, your family style, the way you guys do it in your house. Maybe when you wake up in the morning, you guys always have tea, and in the night it's swallow, and then you come in, you are married now, that's the way we do it in our house. You have to do it like that right here. My father speaks, nobody questions, so when I speak, you don't talk back at me. No, that doesn't work. You must learn to leave your family standards, your family styles, and just adjust. Check out what works for you. Check out what works for you. Check out what works for you. My wife doesn't like swallow. I like swallow
What
a
is
lot.
swallow? Not everybody knows what swallow is.
Swallow is eba, fufu, amala, anything you
Those
can
things you
with
eat and you
soup.
swallow. I don't like that stress.
She would prefer yam and egg. That's her best. And for me, eating yam is a lot of stress, right? But I've adjusted. I now like eating yam and egg because she likes it. And she has also had to adjust to start eating eba. Sometimes, even though sometimes when I say do eba, she murmurs, but
okay. The idea is that you leave your parents' style and create your own style. What works for your parents might not work for you. Okay, my point would be to continue the romance. When we are dating, it's always like, oh, I love you, babe. I love you. I miss you. But then you get married, the romance begin to dwindle. Do not let it die. Just spark it up. Keep it going. Have your sex time. Have your romance time. Surprise each other. Date each other. Do it. Make it an ongoing thing. Do not get bored. Do not get tired of each other. Make sure you're excited to see them when they get back. Just keep it going. Keep it alive. That thing you were doing when you were dating, don't stop doing it. That would help you in your first year of marriage.
Wow.
What is wow?
That's great. That's a very great point. Now I'd like to add something to the points I've listed before, which is, once you're married, you must understand that priorities have to change. Your wife becomes your first priority. Now, I must mention that even if in your mind she's not your top priority, right? You must make her feel she's your top priority. And gradually, chill. You must make her have that sense and that feeling that she's number one. Once that happens, gradually you tilt your mind to make her your number one, because there are changes that don't happen automatically. There are changes that will not take place immediately. They take time. So before, this is the way you do things, but because now you're married, you have to tilt it a bit. It might not be immediately, everything might not change immediately, but you need to make that adjustment. What I'm trying to say is, make her feel she's the number one. Don't make her feel threatened by anybody or anything, because you can actually ruin your relationship like that. So at every point in time, she must have that feeling that my husband worships me, my husband sees me as his number one, sincerely speaking, over parents, over siblings, over personal, over friends, over everybody. She must be your number one. She must have that feeling, she must have that sense that my opinion counts even over the opinion of my in-laws. And etc.
So that brings me to my next point. But before then, I want to help the guys too. When he's saying that you should make her feel like she's the first, you could make her feel with your words. Tell her you're my first person, you're my number one, in front of your brothers, in front of your parents. Hail her. Let people know that she is really your number one, because sometimes women will doubt. I'm not sure whether he loves me, or it's like his love has reduced. But how would we know that you still love us if you don't tell us every day that you love us and that we're still your number one fan? That's for the guys. Then now to my ladies, I would tell you to worship your husband. Wait, before you hit me, you don't hit me now. Don't hit me with that rod. When I say worship your husband is a lord over you. Forget the womanism or feminism and all that. Our husbands are lords over us. We worship them by adoring them. Call them who you want them to be or who they are. He's the king. He is Lord. He is a I've even started calling him. You know, call him those names. You know, the kind when you call God, you worship God. Just look at your husband as a small God, as a Lord over you. If you pour love, adoration on your husband, girl, there is no way. I trust, as in, I'm saying this with evidence and tested and proven experiment. He would love you right back.
True.
He would have no choice. So what can you do to worship your husband? Is it by calling him names? Is it by washing his clothes? Is it by cooking for him? Do the things that you know he would love, and the things that you know when you do them, my girl, he would just lie on the floor and allow you to work over him.
And he will give you what you want. If you ask, you will receive.
Your first year in marriage can be a smooth ride.
If you seek, you will find. If you knock, the door will be opened unto you.
For real.
That's a very, very strong
point. For real.
And then for the guys, I would also want to say that you should learn not to put too much force and pressure, even while trying to be the one in charge and the one in authority. Women don't like to be suppressed. They don't like to be caged. Don't force your authority on the woman. You end up losing her. You end up making her afraid. You end up making her reserved. You kill romance that should happen. And at the end of the day, you'll be the one to lose because you won't enjoy the expression you should have enjoyed as a married man from your wife. So as much as possible, yes, we know you are the head. Yes, we know you are the leader. You are the man of the house. Don't overdo your authority. Don't overuse your authority. Give her time to talk. Hear her out. You know, buy her opinions. Don't let only your opinion count all the time. You know, make her feel her opinion also counts. Very, very important. And sometimes when there is an argument, there's a disagreement, you want it this way, she wants it that way, sometimes you can just decide to play the fool. It might not necessarily be that her idea is the best, but you can decide to take her stupid, foolish idea. You know, play the fool. Allow the idea to, you know, fly. And maybe you have seen something that she has not seen. She will finally see it when the idea finally fails. Yeah. It works like that too. And then she will come back to you and say, the idea doesn't make sense, Sha. And then your own idea can now fly. So sometimes you can just decide to play the fool.
You know,
just to get what you
when we come into marriage, we are two different people. We have our likes, our dislikes, our preferences. And sometimes one person wants to lord over the other person. So like he said, that point is very important. Do not try to enforce your own idea over hers. Try to marry both. Try to see reasons with her, because sometimes we women, we know things. All right, do not take us for granted.
No,
okay,
true.
Okay, for the females now, I want to tell you one thing. Men are babies and they have to be treated as babies. You know why? Because there's some things that they do that would get on your nerves. Men, they will get on your nerves and you don't know what to do. You feel like strangling them. Sometimes I feel that way. Like, can you please? But then treat them as babies. Treat him as a baby. What is that thing how would you treat a baby? You pamper them, you show them the way, you talk to them softly. You know how you would treat a baby. Treat him as a baby too. When he does things that are not supposed to be done, when he is not listening, when he is not giving you that attention you crave, what do? That is where the babyhood thing come into place. So treat them as a baby. Do not be too forceful.
Well, part of treating him like a baby will include give him food when he needs to eat. Give him water when he needs to drink. Give him the bedroom activity when he needs to, right?
Yeah, but that's not exactly what I mean.
That's part of what you
Yeah, that's part of it.
Yes.
But that's not exactly it. What I mean is give room for his mistakes. Give room for his slips. Give room for his weaknesses. That is what I mean. He will not be all perfect. He will not be all good every day. He will not be 100% every day. Yeah. So give that allowance. When he's like this is how I'm going to do. When he's like this. So you can still talk about it. But sometimes men, they are very stubborn. So that's it.
Yeah, men are very stubborn sometimes, when we have what we want to achieve.
Yeah, right.
And we don't want anything to come in our way.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so men can be. But then, like I said before, make room for those exceptions. Finally, I'd like to say that as the guy in your first year, understand something. One is that you are the head of the family. If the marriage scatters, it's in your hands. If the marriage will grow and last long, it's in your hands. When the woman starts, quarreling, because of course there would always be a quarrel from time to time. There's never been.
I don't think you should call it a quarrel. You should call it disagreements. Is it quarrel? Quarrel sounds more negative.
No. Quarrel is quarrel.
Okay.
Quarrel, don't call it disagreement. Call it quarrel.
Okay.
There will be quarrels. It's not disagreement. When I say quarrels, I mean that kind of argument that at the end the wife walks out, goes into the room, and the man stays in the parlor, and the wife faces Jerusalem, and the guy faces Judea. That's what I'm talking about. Right? Times like that would come. But you must understand that you are the head. Don't let it linger for too long.
I hope this camera is not going off.
No, it's not.
Okay.
Don't make that linger for too long. 99% of the times when we quarrel, I'm usually the one that calls her.
Right.
And tell her, babe, let's talk about it. Let's resolve. If you deceive yourself feeling that she's going to come to you after the quarrel later and
No, I think that depends on personality.
No, chill. Don't say it depends on personalities.
No.
And my point is, do not wait. If she comes, fine.
Okay.
If she's the type that after a while she would on her own come to meet you and say, babe, this one, that one, this one, that one. Oh, that's fine. But you will do yourself a lot of harm for you to say, I am the one in authority.
Okay.
I am the head of the house. She should come and bow to me. She should come and tell me sorry. No, I'm not saying the guy should always say sorry.
Okay.
So that you not tell the ladies that whenever they mess up in the house, they should wait for the guy to come and be begging them. Yes.
But my
point is, when there is an argument, a quarrel, guy, learn to be he doesn't take anything from you. Why? Because if your marriage would grow, it's in your hands. You're going to be a failure, not her. You will be the one to be a failure if your marriage fails. So drop your pride, drop your arrogance. Talk to your wife when you have issues. Resolve your issues quickly, because you would starve, you would suffer unless you have a plan B. But if you are like me, that you don't have a plan B, resolve your issues quickly. Take responsibility as the head. Make sure that happiness and joy in the home is you are taking charge of it. You're making sure it happens, even if it means being the fool. Yeah.
I would still repeat that point to the ladies as well. The responsibility of having a successful marriage is also in your hands. Ladies, we are the ones who make the house a home. You're the one who creates the atmosphere. You're the one who creates the ambience. You're the one who makes the home or the house feel like a home? So when he comes in, does it begin to feel like this is my home, this is my family, this is where I belong? Or is he always running out of the house because you are there? What atmosphere are you creating as a woman in that house? So the responsibility of a successful marriage is also in your hands. You have the power in your hands. I tell you that you are strong. You are powerful. You can make him do what you want him to do by your feminine power. So it lies in your hands. How do you want your house to be? How do you want your home to be? How do you want your marriage to be? You decide and you make it happen by yourself, for yourself.
Let's conclude. Finally, having said all we've said, there's one last point that
summarizes.
That's common to both the guy and the lady. You see, any marriage that is not founded on Jesus Christ is already failed from the beginning.
Very true.
I'll take that again. Any marriage that is not founded on Jesus has failed from the beginning. Well, you might define success to be different things. You might define success in marriage to be different things. But there is no success in marriage that is as good and as strong as when the couple join together, pray together, study God's word together, and make heaven together. Our ultimate goal in life is to make heaven. And if you don't know Jesus, and if you're not founded in Jesus, no matter how long your marriage lasts, if it doesn't lead the both of you to heaven, then it's a failed marriage, right? That's the last thing I have to say.
So that's what we're working towards. It's a goal. I think that summarizes it. What's your goal as a married couple? Is it to show relationship goals, or to please God, or to draw men to Christ? What exactly are you driving at? We've just summarized everything. We have all the tips on Jesus. That would help you survive your first year of marriage. All right? We trust you to have a beautiful first year like we've had. We're going to our second year and we're having a blast. God has been faithful. God is helping us. Thank you for watching. If you have more questions, you can comment down below.
Or if you have comments too, or ideas too, you can comment.
Thanks for watching. See you in our next video. Bye-bye.
Bye. So everybody have different family backgrounds. My own background.
Everybody has. You said everybody have.
Oh yeah. Okay, everybody, each and everybody has.
Each and everybody. He would not necessarily want to disobey you, if you understand what I mean. Am I missing you right now?
You're about to.